Why, hello there, Nightstill here. I hope this video finds you well. Today, I am bringing you a summary of a knife I have done a full review on. This is the QSP Turtle Punk. Interesting name, yes. But though, once you see the knife, it kind of makes a little more sense. The full review will be linked down in the description. This is just a summary, so it's going to be much quicker. Just a quick little overview, basically. 3 3/8 of blade and 8 1/8 overall knife. This is a 14C 28N blade coated in what they call a champagne coating. It's kind of like a champagne bronze, almost like an aged, but it's got texture to it. It does definitely slow down the cut a little bit or provide a little bit of friction in it, but it's not too bad. It's pretty good there. It's a liner lock with a steel liner under G10. It is on bearings. It is thumb studs only. It has a deep carry pocket clip that is reversible with a filler tab. The clip is not bad. It works all right. Well, the clip actually works pretty well, but you can feel it just a little bit because it's a little bit of a wide clip right here. Got this sort of drop point tanto blade shape, which is quite nice. And if you actually look at the whole thing overall, if you're familiar with like a snapping turtle, you got sort of like the shell here, and then snapping turtles have long necks, and so then you kind of looks like a turtle. So the turtle punk thing worked, and they really went with the motif here because the G10 is hit with like a turtle shell pattern. It's sculpted. It's raised and lowered in like a turtle shell pattern. That's what it is, right? QSP logo up there. I think this is the QSP logo that they do on their pivots. I don't know why they need two. Other than that, 14C 28N blade is pretty sterile. Honestly, this one, I don't mind that. It's a budget knife. It's small. It's fine. They could have just went with that and it would even be better, but who cares? Full flat grind. Dual grind, of course, with the Tonto. Plunge grind is pretty good. Gives you a little bit of life, though the stop pin hits well and truly behind the edge, so you're not going to have any trouble cutting in more sharpening tool should you find that is... I think it ends there, so I don't think it's too much, but whatever, right? Good jimping, actually. Very functional jimping on here. The thumb studs got pretty easily accessed. You got a nice little cutout from underneath them, and that's kind of where you want to deploy from. Works very well for the reverse and the thumb flick, if I can remember the word thumb. I don't know why they did, but they put two different stop pins in there. One for the open position, one for the closed position, which is funny because if they had just left like, a little bit more of a nub back here on the actual pivot, they could have easily just done one stop pin. Or just left a nub on the steel, and it would be even more further, it would be even further away from the blade edge, and like the handle sticks out well below the actual blade and tang. That's all the way down in there, so if they left that nub, you still wouldn't see it. So I don't know why they didn't do that, but they didn't. It is what it is. There's some lightweight reduction in the handle. It's not a super light knife. It's not heavy, mind you, but it's not a super light knife. You got steel standoffs and backspacer in there. Ultra deep carry clip, by the way. It is all the way up. And getting it in and out of the pocket is actually pretty easy. You sort of got a little bit of traction off of these screws back here and the plate with the little bit of texture on the G10. Really doesn't move too bad out of the hand or out of the pocket. Lanyard hole, just in case someone wants that. As you can see, the action's actually quite good. And honestly, there is very little to not be happy about with this knife, except for one thing, and that is the price. This has all the hallmarks of a budget knife. It's probably one of the better QSP knives I've ever gotten. I've had a bit of trouble with them in the past. The last two that I've checked out from them have been good. This is probably one of the best ones I've had. However, this knife was over $80. I got it cheaper on the secondary. Someone was actually selling a brand new one on Blade Binge. Check out Blade Binge. They do find some good deals and stuff. And I'm quite happy that I got this thing for like $55. At this price, that price, this is a wonderful and very recommendable knife. At $80 some, I'm left saying, why is this not a budget knife? It does feel good, and it would be a very quality, solid feeling budget knife, and well executed. But no, at the price point, it's not quite there. I will link it down below because it is a good knife if it really speaks to you or something like that. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, you need to get this budget knife, because it's not a budget knife. It should be. This should be a $65 knife. At that price point, yeah, 100% recommendable. If you can see it on sale or something like that, it's doing some fun things with this slight texturing and just the finish. There is also a non-coated blade, so you don't have to get this finish if you don't want. But I think it adds something. That is all I gotta say about that. I believe I've covered everything that is relevant in the summary. As I said, more details, more specs, everything like that. Much longer video in a full review. But I'm going to end things there. Say thank you for watching. Consider liking and subscribing for more content and nice stuff, and hopefully the channel will continue growing, and I appreciate any feedback and anything, regardless of what you have to say. I'm going to answer the comment if you leave one, and I'm going to thank you for your comment. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. I like the feedback. I like hearing what people are looking for and stuff like that. So, I'm done. Video's done. We're out. See you later.